Worry, anxiety, and stress can be more than distractions. Constantly replaying in your mind daily problems and fears can affect your mental and physical health. Controlling your attention as you meditate can help you feel more relaxed and at peace. And this peacefulness often lasts far beyond the meditation itself. So when stress appears hours later, you have the means to redirect it. Meditation lets you become more aware and more purposeful about your actions. It teaches you how to respond, rather than react, to situations in your life. Meditation sounds simple, but it takes discipline to remain still in body and mind. You have to block out the world around you and quiet your thoughts. You also need to practice at least 10 to 20 minutes a day to get the most out of your meditation. Tibetan monks meditate for hours upon hours each week. Their devotion to their religious traditions makes them experts in the practice of meditation. Turns out those experts have a lot to teach us about how sustained mindfulness affects the brain. Meditation and mindfulness induce a heightened state of awareness and focused attention. Various studies demonstrate the practice can help relieve stress as well as manage anxiety, reduce inflammation, and improve memory and attention, to boot. Such striking results have many doctors, across specialties, prescribing meditation just as they would an antidepressant or blood pressure medication. But it remains unclear just how meditation confers so many health benefits. That's why Ben He, a neuroengineer at Carnegie Mellon University, decided to look at the brains of Tibetan monks. In a previous study, he and colleagues saw that individuals with meditation experience were better able to control a computer cursor with their mind than those without it. Since Tibetan monks spend years of their lives engaged in the practice of meditation, he was curious to see if there might be any significant differences in brain activation that might offer a hint into how meditation leads to so many beneficial effects. We went to Tibet and measured activity in the brains of monks who had, on average, 15 years of meditation experience between 5 and 35 years, he said. We then compared those results to native Tibetans who had never meditated before. Richard Davidson, founder of the Center for Healthy Minds at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, says he is not surprised that so many neuroscience studies are elucidating the neural mechanisms underlying meditation's beneficial effects. He says, taken together, there is strong evidence that a regular, consistent meditative practice offers a lot of direct benefits to the brain and, by extension, to your psychological and emotional well-being. That's why you shouldn't be surprised if your primary care provider starts mentioning mindfulness techniques at your next yearly checkup. With several studies backing up the idea that meditation is beneficial for your brain and body, what kind of practice can offer these advantages if you aren't able to take up the same kind of regimen as your average Tibetan monk? There's still a lot of research that needs to be done to understand the type and amount of practice required to get an effect, and it likely will be different for each person. And with so many ways to do so, from workshops to smartphone apps, Davidson says the best kind of meditation is simply the one that you are most likely to stick with. Many think that meditation is simply closing your eyes, clearing your thoughts, and breathing for about 5 minutes. Many do not know about the plethora of options when it comes to meditation. Maybe being home more during the pandemic has offered you the opportunity to welcome meditation into your life. Or maybe you are looking into meditation to help you deal with new anxiety that has arisen. Either way, meditation is free, easy to start, and has many benefits. Mindfulness and meditation tools for wellness and self-care can provide calm and restoration, says Luan Fortune, PhD, a mind-body medicine faculty member at Saybrook University. Research shows that related practices contribute to improved immunity and mental well-being, as well as better quality of life. Evidence also has shown such practices can connect us as a community to support health and healing. The origins of meditation can be traced back to as early as 5000 BCE, to ancient Egypt and China, and tied to the religious practices of Judaism, Hinduism, Jainism, Sikhism, and Buddhism. Spread along the Silk Road, it moved throughout Asia. Before the 20th century, meditation spread from Asia into the West. In the past few decades, doctors and scientists started studying meditation for its medical and other health benefits. Dr. Herbert Benson, a Harvard Medical School professor, found that people who meditated used 17% less oxygen, had lower heart rates, and produced increased brainwaves found to help with sleep. Years later, he said the following about his research: "All I've done is to put a biological explanation on techniques that people have been utilizing for thousands of years." Meditation is available to all, requiring only a few minutes of quiet, an openness to try, and a willingness to let go. The mind is powerful. Meditation is called a practice because its practitioners always have room to grow and try again. When you begin meditation, it is important to refrain from judgment of yourself and your process. Before you meditate, find a quiet spot. You can either sit down in a chair or on the floor. You can even lay down if that is more comfortable to you. As you begin your practice, be patient. If your mind wanders, take a moment to pause and reflect and bring your attention back to center. And remember, The more you do it, the easier meditation becomes.
With some commitment, you will be able to focus more deeply each time you practice meditation.
Meditation draws from a vast array of traditions, histories, and methods.
Selecting the best method depends on personal preference and background.
Most practices are cultivated to bring emotional calm and mental clarity and involve setting aside time each day, from a few minutes to an hour, for intentional practice.